Have you ever spent more time planning a vacation than actually enjoying it? I think we've all been there.
Oh, definitely.
You're just sitting there scrolling through endless blogs, trying to figure out the best time to see the rice terraces versus, the perfect spot for a sunset drink.
And all while trying to guess what the traffic is going to be like.
Exactly. It's just information overload. And that sinking feeling, the fear of missing out, it's absolutely real.
It is. It's the classic learner's dilemma when you travel. You want that deep local knowledge, but you really don't want the logistical headache that comes with it.
You end up exhausted before you've even packed.
Precisely.
But that's why we're doing this deep dive. We looked into a blueprint for skipping all that anxiety.
Right.
Our source material is all about one very specific offering, a private full-day Bali tour.
The one with the flexible itinerary and the local driver.
Exactly. And our mission today is to really unpack this and see how this kind of private tour can be a shortcut, a genuine deep dive into Bali's cultural heart.
It's all about getting that maximum cultural experience with minimum personal effort. We're focusing on comfort, control, and just cutting straight to the good stuff.
Without being stuck on a bus with 30 other people.
Exactly. This is the antidote to information overload. It's perfect for you, the learner, because it hands all that complexity over to an expert on the ground.
Which leaves you free to just absorb everything Bali has to offer.
And when you look at the big picture, that personalization is so key in a place like Bali. It's not just culturally dense, it's logistically complex. The traffic, the terrain. So this model, it really emphasizes the value of having one expert just totally focused on your interests, making every single hour on the island count.
Okay, so let's get into the core promise here. The source material calls this a private luxury experience. What are we actually getting with that label?
Well, I think we have to define luxury here. It's not about champagne. It's about exclusivity and comfort. It means a private, air-conditioned car just for your group.
Which, after hiking through a humid rice field or up temple steps, is a huge deal.
It's a massive upgrade, that cool, quiet, private space waiting for you. That's the luxury.
That's a really important distinction. But beyond the vehicle, the really transformative part here seems to be the human element.
It really is. We need to stop thinking of this person as just a driver.
Okay.
They're a professional, English-speaking local guide. They're your logistics officer for the day. They help with route planning, timing, local insights, all the things you can't get from an app.
I do wonder, what makes this person different from, say, just hiring a regular taxi driver for the day who also speaks English?
That's a great question. And the difference is accountability and expertise. This person is contracted to manage a complex, multi-stop day. They have to anticipate problems.
So they know things like...
They know which temple has the best light at 4 p.m. They know which road gets jammed at 5 p.m. And they have the cultural context to explain things, not just give you directions. It's a service for travelers who really value that efficiency and privacy.
That local expertise is what you're really paying for.
Absolutely. It's the real investment.
And the practical details seem to reflect that. It's a full day, about 10 to 11 hours.
Starts sharp at 8 a.m.
And the pickup is so convenient. They cover all the main areas. Kuta, Seminyak, Canggu, Sanur, all of them.
You know, that detail about the wide pickup zone can't be overstated. That alone removes the first hour of travel stress.
Good point. No navigating to a weird meeting spot.
No waiting for a late shuttle. It's designed for maximum convenience. You can focus your energy on the actual destinations, not the directions.
Okay, so moving from convenience to control. The big sell is freedom and flexibility. You decide where to go, how long to stay.
The whole pace is yours. No rushing, no waiting for strangers.
But this brings up a critical question, right? How flexible is flexible in a place like Bali, where traffic is a real thing?
A very real thing. And look, the driver is ready with suggestions, of course, but they're also constantly adjusting based on your interests and, importantly, the real-time conditions on the ground.
And this is where we found that crucial detail in the fine print.
Yes.
Additional stops are welcome at no extra cost, but only as long as they follow the same general route.
That is the pivotal insight. That's what makes the day efficient. You can swap a waterfall for a nearby temple, sure, but the overarching geographical path has to stay stable.
Why is that so important?
Because trying to go from the far north to the far south in a single 10-hour day is just not possible with Bali's infrastructure. It forces you to be strategic.
It sets realistic expectations. So
Yeah.
you're maximizing your time actually seeing things, not sitting in traffic.
Exactly. It's a constraint that guarantees quality over quantity. The service is promising tailored efficiency, not, defying the laws of physics.
Right. And speaking of planning, let's look at what else is included in the price that someone might easily overlook.
Well, beyond the obvious stuff, the car, the gas, the driver, the price covers mineral water, all the parking fees, tax, and a sarong.
The sarong. I thought that was the perfect little detail. It says so much.
It really does. Because for anyone who hasn't been, that piece of cloth is required to enter almost any major temple. It's about respectful attire.
And if it's not included, you're stuck at the entrance, trying to rent one, probably getting overcharged.
It's a hassle. It's a diversion of energy. Including it up front just streamlines that whole process of entering a sacred site.
It removes friction. It shows the operator understands the culture and what a first-time visitor might not know.
Precisely. It's buying efficiency in all those little moments that can make a day feel bumpy.
Okay, so let's transition now and see what a perfectly paced day actually looks like. The tour gives us a sample itinerary.
A really powerful case study, actually.
And the flow is brilliant. It combines the artistic heritage around Ubud with that dramatic sunset at Uluwatu, and then ends with a seaside dinner.
It's very strategic. It front-loads the intense cultural stuff, the places that require focus for the morning when you're fresh.
Good point.
Then the end of the day is for the big scenic payoffs, which are more about just soaking it all in.
So the morning is this deep dive into Balinese crafts, we're calling it the Artisan Path. It starts at the Prati village, the Badi Craft Center.
Right, where you can see how they make those traditional textiles.
And then, using that same route rule we talked about, it moves quickly through a few other craft villages, all clustered together.
This is the deep dive part. You go to Saluk for gold and silver, then Batuan for its traditional painting style.
Which is so rich with spiritual themes.
And finally, you round it out at Mas Village, the historical hub for wood carving. The detail in those sculptures is just stunning.
That clustering is what makes it so smart. You're seeing the foundations of Balinese art, textiles, metalwork, painting, sculpture, all in one concentrated area.
You get that tangible cultural context right away.
And right before that gets too intense, they break it up. There's a quick stop at the Teganungan waterfall.
Just a photo op, a little palette cleanser. It's a critical bit of pacing.
Then at 1 p.m., there's a lunch break. And it specifically notes lunch is at the traveler's own choice and expense.
Which is key. Again, that's customization. You pick the restaurant that fits your budget, not some prearranged tourist trap.
After lunch, the immersion continues right in Ubud Center. You visit the historic Ubud Palace and the famous Ubud Art Market.
And this is where it all connects, you see.
How so?
Well, in the morning, you see the artisans making the work. Then in the afternoon, you see it all aggregated for sale at the market. And you see the historical seat of power at the palace. It's the full spectrum.
That's a great way to put it. And then the big shift, the dramatic finale. You head south to Uluwatu Temple.
A total change of scenery. You move from inland culture to this majestic coastal view.
The temple's location is just breathtaking. Perched on a cliff over the Indian Ocean.
You get the sea breeze, the views, and of course the sources mention the monkeys.
The cheeky monkeys, yes.
It sets the perfect stage for sunset.
And that sunset experience leads right into the final stop. The Jimbaran Bay seafood dinner.
It's the ideal end to the day. Fresh BBQ seafood right on the beach.
And you're not scrambling to find dinner when you get back to your hotel, exhausted.
Not at all. By about 8:30 p.m., you're getting dropped off after this incredibly packed but efficient 12-and-a-half-hour day.
It really shows you can combine deep cultural immersion with those big scenic moments.
As long as you follow that core route principle.
So after breaking all this down, what does it really mean for you, the traveler? I think the key takeaway is that this isn't just a car rental. It's a strategic purchase of efficiency.
Absolutely. You're buying local intelligence. You're using the driver's knowledge to craft a day that's perfectly tailored to your interests and your energy level.
It's a real deep dive, but a managed one.
Managed by someone whose whole job is to know the logistics. You trade that anxiety of planning for peace of mind.
And for an expertly curated day, you're making sure every single hour counts.
Exactly. But the sources, they really highlight the critical and often unseen importance of that driver's role. It's so much more than just driving. And this raises, I think, an important question for you, the traveler, to think about. When you're exploring a place as complex as Bali, how much of that true aha moment depends on the amazing places you see? versus the human connection and expertise of the person who gets you there.
Mm.
What are all the unseen logistical burdens, the traffic, the parking, knowing the cultural rules that are being lifted by having one expert focused just on your experience, allowing you to simply be present?